We back.
ASN back,
baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't get me right up. Let me stop.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Got a little carried away, man. Well, let me turn this off.
good
Man,
to be back,
it has
man.
been great to be. Welcome back. Welcome back to the
back.
ASN Ambassador Sports Network. What are we on, season 4?
Man.
Jordan year, man. Last dance. From me and Shane over here. Jonathan, we're going to be taking over the reins. He has one more year left. We just had to do something a little special for you because I'm happy to be back. How about you guys?
Man, I don't know about y'all,
Oh,
but I am ecstatic to be back, man.
I feel great. It's been a long summer and we had a great NABJ, but it's time to get back to that grind for you guys.
It's time to get back to business, man. Without further ado, on today's episode, first episode back since we've been in school, we have a lot to talk about. I'm going to figure out something new to say instead of we have a lot to talk about. But as for right now, we have a lot to talk about. We had some new hirings over the summer. I'll just give you a little bit of the drop on that, and we'll go into more detail on that in the later episodes as the year continues. Volleyball season is upon us. They had their first game, some scrimmages earlier on in the summer. Let's see how that's going on with a brand new team. Coach Buckner's in year 2. Soccer season is getting ready to kick off in just a few weeks. So we're going to give you a little update on that. And then Shane's going to give us his top 5 and some honorable mentions on the 2026-27 college football season. The AP poll just dropped the top 25. Shane, was it right?
Hey, man, you already know, man. You ain't got to ask that, man. But, hey, you know I got some haters up there.
We'll see what Shane's list is later on in the episode. Stay tuned for that. But without further ado, you ready, brothers?
Let's get straight to it.
Like I said, we had 2 new hirings over the summer, starting off with the most important one, a new athletic director, Mr. Jonathan Jones. He joins Oakwood University as the new athletic director, taking over for AD and men's basketball head coach Simon Jacobs. And Mr. Jones, he joins Oakwood with more than a decade of experience serving as an educator, an athletic administrator, a coach, and a mentor. You know, he has a record developing student athletes, building programs with culture rooted in excellence, leadership, and character. He's coming over from Washington Adventist University. I don't know how I feel about that. Our main rival. But, you know, they beat us a couple times. You know, maybe he has a little bit of tools to help us beat them 2 times this year. So, you know, he has a 79% win percentage, and he led the men's team to 5 championships in 5 years at Tacoma Academy and led the women's team to 2 championships. So I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to our athletic department and what that means for the overall sports at Oakwood as a whole. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I'm just really excited about the concept of fresh blood and just newness in the Oakwood University program. Like you said before, comes from a winning mentality down in the District of Columbia, and I'm just excited to see what he does here at Oakwood.
For sure, Jonathan.
Kind of like Shane, I'm excited for the new era that is going on in the administration. Obviously, we want to congratulate Mr. Jonathan Jones being the new athletic director. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do for this sports program and looking forward to the new things that he's going to instill.
For sure. And now, you know, the men's basketball coach. We have a new coach, like we said, Coach Simon Jacobs. He's not the men's basketball coach with us as well either. So Mr. Wooderson DeRozier, the new men's basketball coach of the Oakwood Ambassadors, he joins them, and he's not a new face at all.
Not at
he
all.
actually is a former ambassador, won 2 championships with them from 2015 to 2019 as a player. And now he's been on the coaching staff. He's been with Oakwood for the past 13 years, and he's been an assistant coach on Coach Jacobs' staff. And now, as of July 19th, he's the new men's basketball coach. I don't want to get too much into it right now because that's a whole nother story of his own, and we will give you the details and our thoughts on what that means for the future of Oakwood men's basketball coming off of a Final Four appearance last year. So, you guys, quick thoughts?
Oh, yeah, I just want to say congratulations to my guy, Woody, man. I know him from intramurals, but just to see him kind of go from intramurals commissioner to the head coach of a NAIA school, that's just incredible to see. Much respect to him. And,
Yeah.
go up.
Yeah, much respect to you as well. What I've seen Coach Woody was my JV coach at Oakwood Academy, and so I know what his capability is, and I know he's going to do great things for this university.
The future is bright, and the future is right around the corner for Oakwood men's basketball and the overall sports department. I can't wait to see where things go, but as for now, we'll welcome Mr. Eric Reed up here, and let's hear about some volleyball. The Lady A's would open their season at home versus the Johnson Royals in a nice match at 4:30 on a Wednesday afternoon. They would go on to, however, lose in that one. They got swept 3-0. Coming off their best regular season, going 12-10 last year, the Lady A's suffered a lot of turnover with the roster, with only 5 players returning. With that being said, guys, this is a young team, but the vets are very experienced. They've been to the playoffs the past 3 years they've been a program. What are your thoughts on the season opener versus Johnson, and what are your expectations for the team as a whole in Coach Buckner's second year?
Yeah, Johnson College is a very successful volleyball program. Last year they went 31-5, I believe. And shout out to Kamari Murray, who had 9 kills and 5 digs. Morgan Bone, who also contributed 5 kills. Alexis Wiley with a game-high 19 assists, also had 8 digs. Freshman Hannah Daniels saw the floor a lot in this first contest with 9 digs herself. And I'll have to give my Lady A's, I have to give them some credit, because with the turmoil, with people leaving, new coaching staff, Kim Buckner, Oakwood alum, joins the coaching staff this year along with her father. They rolled with the punches and did very, very well in their first contest, despite the turmoil.
Yeah, I'll say that it looks like the Lady A's are still trying to figure out their chemistry, which is completely normal, especially early in the season. You could see that the Lady A's are still trying to learn their rotations. There were some communication errors in moments where the Lady A's were late getting into position, which left the middle open, and it seemed to become a main point of attack for Johnson. But I think a lot of that goes back to chemistry and getting more comfortable playing together. These are things that can be cleaned up with more reps and experience together and going throughout the season. That's what I expect to happen.
And I agree. Like, this is only game 1. No one's gonna come up here and say, "Oh, the Lady A's season is over. Oh, the sky is falling down."
Right.
This is the first game. Right. Let's relax. It was a 3-0 sweep, but still, it's the first game. Not even a conference opponent. These are the type of games they want to grow for. And like I said, this is a whole new team, 8 new players. There were good moments, game 2, where Kamari Murray, she was serving. They scored 6 straight points. And then they started off the third set up 10-2. Then there were bad moments in game 2 where they let Johnson go on an 11-2 run to close the game. And then game 3, they let Johnson go on a 23-7 run to close the match. So, growing pains. It's game 1, new team. But as for my expectations for the team, one of the main things I want to see is growth. This is like I keep saying, it's a brand new team. The Lady A's last year were picked to finish 8th in the conference. This year, out of 14 teams, they're picked to finish 7th. You might look at that and say, okay, a little bit of a bump up, from 8 to 7. Not so fast. We gotta break it down a little bit. How the voters did it, it was a point system. So out of the 14 teams, the ambassadors were right in the middle. And when you look at it, they got 107 total votes, and every team underneath them had 84, 75, 69, and so on. Every team above them, those are the teams that, did something in the playoffs last year. They had 100 plus, 105, 110, and so on. So that would lead the Lady A's as the worst of all the contenders and the best out of all the bottom feeders. It's not really something to, applaud for. So one thing I want to see the Lady A's prove the conference wrong. I want to see them go into this season and grow. They have 28 total games. That is way more than they've ever had in the program history. They had 22 last year. Now they have 28. So Coach Buckner, he's already trying to get these girls a lot of reps, a lot of repetition, a lot of chances to grow. So you're going to touch on it, but the conference record last year, 7-3. I'm personally okay with a few more losses in conference play if that means the girls are getting the experience they need for later on down the season.
Yeah. So our Lady A's, they're beginning to start a 3-game road trip, first against Bryan College, who went 2-34 last year. I hope we pick up the slack and end up starting to gain some momentum on this road trip. And then they go against Miles College, who we also look to turn these things around because we lost the season series to them last year. And then finally, they meet up with Tuskegee, which is always a competitive contest for our Lady A's.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what this team does during the season. I have high expectations, and I expect them to be able to come together, like I said, to build this chemistry, get back going, and bounce back from this loss, because that's another thing in the season. You have to be able to bounce back from loss. You have to be able to learn from the loss, put it behind you, and improve and continue to grow, like Liso said.
And speaking on them young players real quick before we bring Shane up and transition over to soccer, Coach Buckner, he did say, and I quote, "I'm really excited about our young players. Hannah, Messiah, and Chanel have been really good during our preseason camp. Messiah is a power hitter, and Hannah is very solid." And then, that's end quote. And then you add on Shania McKelvey. She came back from her ACL injury end of her freshman year, 2 years ago. Then you add on Harmony Banks and Morgan Bone. I'm expecting a humongous jump from those two because they were some of the reasons why the Ambassadors were so good last year. So then this year, outside of the Cameron Buckners, Alexis Wiley's, Kamaria Murray, Harmony Banks and Morgan Bone. Might not have talked about them as much, but this year, I already know we're going to be saying their names a whole lot more because they're vets now. They're leaders on this team, and I expect them to produce as so. So, with all that being said, I can't wait to see where the team goes, and I'm excited to come in here weekly and update everyone on how things are going with them. But now we'll welcome Shane Dunkley up here. Let's see what the soccer team is doing as they get ready to kick off their season in just a few weeks. The Oakwood men's soccer team looks to kick off their season September 1st versus Calhoun Community College. It's a home game. Ambassador fans, make sure you're out there showing up and supporting these men because, guys, this is a whole new team now, 10-plus players. And, from the first week of practice, they practice 5 times a week. Coach Kaba said they are focused on getting in shape. What have you guys seen from this first week of practice?
Yeah, I've just seen how depth impacts a team. Now, sports is all about depth. If you're a baseball team with only 15 players, you're going to have a problem because you need pitchers to rotate throughout the year, and it's the same with soccer, right? You need players to rotate, and you need to give the guys on the team that are making an impact some rest, right? And that just shows me that down the line, this team's going to be something serious, especially with last year, how they were losing to some of these teams, Talladega 1-3, Paul Quinn 1-5. In soccer, that's the equivalent of losing by like 30 in football, right? Usually in soccer, the scores are like 1-0, 1-2.
2-1, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was just because the team was tired, quite
exactly.
frankly.
So one thing I want to see is closer games, and hopefully those start turning into wins. Team won 2 games last year. Hopefully we could turn that into 5. I know they played 12 this year, so yeah.
Yeah, kind of pick it up back off Shane. The numbers look great. We have a lot of players coming in, and the energy. When I went to the soccer practice, the energy that I was seeing with the players practicing, competing against each other at a high level, it was wonderful. Seeing the production that we've had, that's kind of what I'm expecting to go into this season. Great production, growth, and bringing those big games that we've had lost by a lot to a smaller lose margin.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can turn those losses into wins and ultimately double our typical record from 2 wins throughout 3 years each season. Hopefully we can turn those into 3, 4, 5, and hopefully be above 500.
100%. And I would have to say, with the team losing their top goal scorer, David Thompson, from last year, Isaac Abraham, we all know what he can do. He's going to, and I believe he's more than qualified to step into that role. I'm looking to see some of the new guys on the team, if they can, go along for the ride with him. And Nariah Bean, the stats may not show it, but he's one of the best goalies in the conference because, those 3-1 losses, realistically, with a goalie not as good as him, not as qualified and skilled as him, could have been 10-1. Right. Could have been way worse. Mm-hmm. He led the conference in saves. Now, yes, they're shooting at him all the time, so hopefully the defense can help him a little bit. But with Nariah being on that back line, that was his freshman year, another year of experience down on his belt. I'm looking forward to see what he can do as our goalkeeper this year. But we'll get into soccer, a little bit more as they start to do some more things. They have some scrimmages coming up soon before their first game. But college football time, top 25. Shane, I better not hear any nonsense with this list of yours. Let's welcome Eric right back up here, and let's get to it.
It's mid-August, y'all. Y'all know what that means?
What does it mean?
It means college football season is creeping around the corner, man. It's been a long time since I've been this excited for the season. And with college football season approaching, the AP poll has just dropped. The preseason AP poll, it dropped this past week.
Great list, right? Buckeyes #1?
Nah. But forget that list. I was about to say something else, man. Forget that list. This is my list right here.
Okay.
Let's get into it. Due to time constraints, so I'm just going to do the top 5 and do 2 honorable mentions. Let's get started, man.
Talk to me, man.
At my first honorable mention, I got to go with the SEC, man. Texas A&M. Let me explain why. It's just 2 words, man. Marcel Reed, one of the best quarterbacks in college football. We seen what he can do last year. Just reminds me of Lamar Jackson with Louisville. A little slower, but he probably had a better arm than Lamar ever had at
All right, let's
Louisville.
get to the next one. Let's get to the next one.
Next one, Miami Hurricanes championship.
mention?
Yeah, championship runner-up. So I got to give them their respect, but they lost a lot of people this past year, especially their quarterback Carson Beck, former Georgia Bulldog. That's going to be hard to replace, but we'll see though. Malachi Toney, one of the most electric players in college football. Reminds me of Saquon Barkley. We'll see what he can do.
Who's fine?
And, we'll see. I like Mario Cristobal as well, so we'll see. All right, top 5. I got to go with the Indiana Hoosiers at number 5. Now, y'all are Ohio State fans. You're an Alabama fan. I'm a Georgia fan. So we know what it's like to have a mass exodus at the end of the year, and that's what happened with the Indiana Hoosiers once they won the national championship. But I can still see this team competing and really making some noise simply due to the fact that their coach is the best coach in college football. Kurt Cignetti, better than Kirby Smart, better than whoever's coaching at Ohio State. I ain't worried about that, man. Better than Day. I just got the Indiana Hoosiers making some noise, especially with this new quarterback that they picked up from TCU. Number 4, I got to go with Arch Manning, excuse me. I got to go with the University of Texas, simply due to the fact they have Arch Manning, man. That's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, best quarterback prospect we've had since Trevor Garner. So, got to go with the Texas Longhorns at 4. Number 3, guess who it is, man? Throw them O's up. How y'all do it? And down in Columbus, man.
OH, bro.
Yeah, that's how we do it, man. OH, man. I got to go with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Best wide receiver in college football in Jeremiah Smith. I got to give him his props. My only complaint is the quarterback is terrible. Like, quarterback is garbage. He's a good college quarterback, but
you just said terrible.
He'll never translate to the NFL level, and that's how I rank quarterbacks.
But it's not about how you translate to. Okay, you said that's how you rank quarterbacks.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's how I rank them. Number 2, man, no surprise here, man. The Georgia Bulldogs. I would have had them at 1, but, I had to hide my bias. Best running back in college football in Nate Frazier. This guy is going to be something special. The quarterback isn't good. Gunnar Stockton, I mean, look, bro, like, we got to deal with what the cards were dealt with.
Julian's more to be desired, huh?
Yeah, literally. But regardless, we have the second best coach in Kirby Smart.
Than him, right?
Nah, not at all.
Yeah, so you're just chatting.
But that's why I put Ohio State at 3.
Who's number 1?
Number 1, the Oregon Ducks, man. Come on, man.
My God.
Dan Lanning, bro. Guess where he coached before Oregon? At the University of Georgia.
What does he want?
SEC, bro. Dante Moore, best quarterback in college football, bro. This guy's the second coming for all y'all youngins here, man. This guy's the second coming of Donovan McNabb with the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, come on, man.
I saw McNabb in his notes briefly. I was like, what is he talking? I was like, why are we talking about McNabb?
This guy, Dante Moore, man, will be the number 1 pick in the draft. Forget Arch Manning. This guy's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. And that Oregon defense, man.
Aaron Scott Jr.
They got it.
That's a Buckeye right there.
I'm telling you, that's an SEC defense right there. That's pretending like, they're a Big Ten team, man. That's an SEC team right there. SEC defense, Dan Lanning, best defensive coach behind Kirby Smart in college football. That's my list, man.
I'll take a stab at this real quick.
Go ahead.
Oregon number 1. I don't even know why the AP poll had them ranked number 2. Probably some Dante Moore bias, but Miami Hurricanes as an honorable mention.
Yeah.
You and AP poll have Miami messed up.
Who's their quarterback?
Darian Mensah, the real best quarterback in college football. You're going to know that name by the end of this year. I was wrong last year with Clemson.
Yes.
I was wrong with my preseason prediction. But Miami, are we forgetting they were in? Only people they lost, really, were Akeem Mesidor and Ruben Bain. All the corners are still there. Malachi Toney coming off a stellar freshman season. He's going to be back at wide receiver. And I'm blanking on the running back's name, but he's still there, I believe. And then you add Darian Mensah, who's better than Carson Beck. He was at Duke last year, second in college football in touchdowns, and he threw for almost 4,000 yards. And he only threw 6 interceptions, so 34 touchdowns. So you add him, he's going to elevate Malachi Toney and this offense as a whole. And Miami is going to be a better team before. They went toe-to-toe with the Buckeyes and beat them last year. That's not no easy feat. So this year, I can see Miami right back in that. And the ACC is weak.
True.
I can see Miami right there in the college football playoffs, a high seed, and I can see them making another potential winning the whole thing. I put my Buckeyes bias aside, but you had them way too low. You and the AP poll had them way too low.
John, man,
Go ahead.
Eric, man, what you think?
For me, Tim, I think you missed kind of a curveball here. I'm going to go with the Ole Miss Rebels.
Ole Miss? What?
Went to the semifinals, went toe-to-toe with Miami.
After losing their coach, though?
They still brought back Trinidad Chambliss, Keywan Lacey, the real best running back in college football.
It's a real ball right there.
Thank you, Lee. So, they brought back their key players, and I think they can make some noise in college football this year.
Okay.
And I think you missed them.
John?
And lastly, I think you had the Indiana Hoosiers too low. Hoosiers, you feel me? And as obviously a Ohio State Buckeyes fan, I'm still in pain about that Big Ten championship loss to the Hoosiers. But Kurt Cignetti, what he was able to do, you already said he is the best head coach. And the turnaround he's made for this Indiana team, I would have had him in the top 5 range because the route they took to the Big Ten, to the championship, competing against Ohio State, they beat the brakes off Alabama, and then they played Miami. I think that this team has something to prove, and Kurt Cignetti, we all know his mentality. Being the head coach of the Hoosiers and being at the forefront of it, I think that this Hoosiers team is just a little bit too low, and so are the Miami Hurricanes, in my opinion. Those two teams that just won the Natty, I think they got to be in the top 5.
And my whole thing is, everyone's saying, especially you, they lost Carson Beck. Darian Mensah is better. Just go watch the tape. Just simply go watch the tape. Last year, he was a better quarterback with less at Duke. Now you add him to Miami, Mario Cristobal is salivating to get him into that offense. Trust me. And that defense is going to be good, just fine. I have no doubts.
And one more thing about Kurt Cignetti, we all know his recruiting style. Every school looks at those high schoolers that are 5 stars. Kurt Cignetti, I need me a 3-star that has experience, that has that veteran mentality, and wants to play football. And I like that about the players that have a little season. They don't have really, they have those NFL aspirations, but they know, hey, this is all or nothing right here. And so they're gonna put they're gonna put everything on the line for Kurt Cignetti and the Indiana Hoosiers. And we saw that last year.
Hey, man, y'all gonna see, man. I'm telling y'all, don't be coming back in 3 weeks, and you know what I'm saying? But hey, real quick, national championship predictions. Y'all gotta explain. Just give me.
Talking about national championship prediction, and the season hasn't even started.
Hey, man, never too early.
Ohio State Buckeyes versus anybody, bro. I always say this: Ohio State versus anybody.
I'm gonna stick with it. Ohio State Buckeyes versus Miami Hurricanes, man.
Sheesh.
I'm very high on Miami this year.
I'll go Ohio State and Oregon.
Hey, that's pretty interesting right there. But thank y'all.
Who do you have?
It don't matter what I have,
Who
bro.
do you have?
All right, man. Them Georgia Bulldogs taking on another SEC foe in the LSU Tigers, all SEC National Championship. Y'all gonna see about LSU.
Yeah, wrap
man.
it up now.
Thank y'all for joining us on this first edition of the Ambassador Sports Network for the year 2026. I'm excited to be back. I don't know about y'all, but
it's good to be back.
You know, it's good. It's good to be back.
I'm
y'all.
excited.
It's good to be back. Episode drops Sunday, and we'll see y'all next week.
Thank you for watching the Ambassador Sports Network. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and tap that bell so you're notified every time we post.